Hi everybody, how you doing? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Hi, Martin Scorsese, and all your people, family and friends and everything. You're a genius. All producers. You guys are so smart, man. How did you learn so much? I mean, did you? I actually wonder. Uh, you producers, I actually wonder. This actually crossed my mind because it's so smart. I say, did you go to some like, uh, did they put like a metal hat on your head and like download all the information of the world into your brain? Because you guys are so smart, man. I don't know. It astounds me how you could actually become that wise in one lifetime. I mean, you guys are so smart, man. You make some great movies. You guys did such a great job. And it's great entertainment, but I heard this thing, right? There's this light worker person named Bashir, and I used to listen to Collective Federation of Light Messages, and he would talk, and he said that there's the races of people that are really intelligent are people that never stop learning. Like when they go to sleep at night, they listen to some, tapes while they're sleeping, and they imbibe the information, and he said that the reason that people become so intelligent, well, I believe our intellects are enemies, so that's not exactly the right word, but layman's terms, the reason that people become so intelligent is because they're always in a mode of learning. And once I heard that, I've tried to be like that. And I've become so much like that I have a hard time to sit through a movie, because I feel like, not that they're not great and everything, I feel like I'm on the clock. I feel like time's ticking down, and I only have so long to venerate all of you and prove to you that I care about you and show you gratitude I got for y'all. And I believe you suffered in my name. So that's why, I spend hours and hours on it. Oh yeah, I flirt with Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner and these people here. But at the root of it all is just to show you that I care, and that I don't have the energy to hate anybody. I hope these things are all. Where's my? Okay. I don't have the energy or the time to go around holding grudges and hating on people. Me personally, I don't like to get down on someone for taking advantage of a good opportunity. And I've even carried this attitude, look in the face of looking at people that took advantage of me, at my expense, they got made a name for themselves, or whatever. I mean, I believe there's tons of people in my life, that have been around me at different times. That, I mean, even one of the, people told me. They said, everyone around you gets rich except you. And of course that cut me like a knife, Felt like I just got stabbed, like, oh, that's great, Everyone around you gets rich because of you. Well, I don't know, the only, I believe it is true about a lot of people. But I also believe that some people are allowed to get rich. And the reason they're allowed to get rich is beyond their understanding. It's we're all basically in a way chess pieces on a chessboard, And somebody who can really see the big picture really well and knows what the right hand's doing and the left hand. They see our future possibilities, whether they went back and forth in time or not. They might know, they might have, anyways, there's no such thing as concrete future. So even if someone went to the future and came back and said, well, there's going to be a giant war and we're all going to get blown to oblivion, that still doesn't mean it's going to happen. So don't believe when someone comes back and says, I'll say, I believe when I see it. Because we create time by our movement. So we create time. As long as there's one little tiny fish swimming around the ocean and one little gerbil in a hole, time ain't gonna stop. But I believe the forest fires are just that. The forest fires are clearing of the board. The forest fires are a resetting of time. And also to harm the trees, because someone might know the capability of trees besides me. Any Anunnaki person would know, be fully aware of everything that has to do with a tree. Reptilians probably know. Obviously predators must know because they be hanging out. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm translating the sign. I decided to translate it. Just to see what's there. I don't sit here and drool over Selena Gomez all day. I don't really fully understand why why the stars are not allowed to see me, Why? Well, they could say because of health reasons, because I didn't get my COVID test, because I have to get checked for AIDS and herpes and whatever before I go anywhere around. And I understand that. That's fully understandable, But there's no one in my corner trying to facilitate this action. It's just me. I can barely walk. My legs are hurting bad right now. I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know what those pills they gave me. Anti-inflammatory and a muscle relaxer. They're not painkillers, I don't believe. I don't know, but if I find some painkillers, I'm going to have to buy them because I need them. Otherwise, I can't even walk this store. If I didn't take at least ibuprofen or something, I can't barely walk, man. Maybe it's from smoking. I'm sure that oil shit don't help. I believe it's deep vein thrombosis. I believe it's the arteries in my legs that are clogged. You know, and that's what happened to someone else I know in Hartford. He died because of blood clot in his leg. Died from it. Yeah. Died. I couldn't believe it. I was like, he died. I mean, he just went to the hospital yesterday and the dude's dead. Damn. Shit. I mean, I just sold the dude my air conditioner, and then he died. 2 days later. But whatever. I hope he's all right. What up, Tix? Okay, so I'm gonna read the translation for you. I don't have the original sign. I already posted it, so if you want to look at it, you can look at it. This is just the translation from the original sign. I got 4 pages here. So this is how it goes. This is the first translation. I was worried about my congregation getting hurt and the welfare of my new bride. We did the best job we could picking the route to take. The wagon wheels kept getting stuck in the reeds. We were wary of running into bears. We kept seeing their claw marks on the trees along the way. But we were lucky nothing like that occurred and no one got hurt. There were already a few people at the site. They must have heard we were coming, so it wasn't a surprise anymore. I'm sure they were all interested to see what we had brought. We had sealed the barrels with the fish pretty tight. They weren't too far away from the lake, but it was still a good walk. They had horses, but kept running out of shoes. We had a miller who knew how to fit them real tight. He did good work, and he was the one who fashioned the bell. So the dude who made the horse shoes made that bell. So that's kind of an interesting piece of information. That is the second one. I was worried about my congregation. Okay. Where is it? All right. Well, I don't know where it is. This is the same as that. Where is it? Over here. So this is the first one. And okay, I'm sorry. That was number 2. Yeah, that's number 2. I'm sorry. I had the other piece over there. So it goes. I'll read kind of fast. This is the first one. It was a lot of work and many died along the canal and around the lake. They were helping us to get the wood out, cutting down the cypress trees. There were a lot of native peoples there. We decided to stay just to get the materials we needed it for the church and get on with it and give them a wide berth. It was a lot of stuff we were lugging. One reason for that was because we wanted to open a store. We had some fish we caught. We put in barrels with dry ice so they wouldn't get all stinky. We had caught some turkeys too. As long as God was willing, we had faith we were going to be all right. Things couldn't have gotten much worse. We had already gone through hell, so their journey was tough, you know. He said they went through hell getting there. Maybe they literally did go through hell too. All right, so that's book. So this is the third one right here. We were always on the lookout to do any trading. We had brought with us some lye and some corn on the cob. We did not have much ammunition left to shoot. However, we managed to bag us a few ducks and a few turtles when they were on the rocks sunning. We kept the shells and sharpened them so we could use them to fillet the fish or clean up the birds. We had some potatoes and oil, so we made fries. So they made French fries back then. We cooked them in the skull of a boar. They put the oil in the skull of a boar and put it in the fire and cooked French fries in there. And now we know. I always wonder why Boar's Head Provisions was called Boar's Head. That's probably why. Because they used to cook, you know. That's new. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you could make French fries in the head of a boar. I mean, hey, pretty ingenious there. Okay. We had some potatoes and oil, so we made fries. We cooked them in the skull of a boar that one of our traps had caught. It worked out all right, and it didn't break. We cooked the ducks that we caught on screws. We had a good meal and set out again at first light, anxious to get there, complete the construction, and dig the well. Yeah, so they must have dug a well. You know. Here's the last one I did. I'm not done because I didn't even get. We only got a little bit of information so far. You might have to do it 20 times, but you just keep doing it. Don't worry, I'm gonna find you some treasure in your city. I already know where some is now. So this is the last page. When we got here, this is the one I just did. When we got here, the people were all waiting to hear the testimony we were relating about God. We sang them songs. We had a guitar and a flute. We had some sticks, and we would just bang them on whatever we could find to. They all sang while I was strumming, and the flute was playing. Eventually, the people picked up the sayings. We set up a small altar with candles on either side. Everyone said they wished the war would stop. All the men had gone to fight with General Cates, or they had to hide. So if they didn't go with General Cates, man, I already talked about General Cates. I used to live here another lifetime. And I used to take care of his horses, so I knew General Cates. There's a few different General Cates, you know. There's a Civil War General Cates, and then there's like a military admiral in the Navy. His name's Cates, and then there's like another guy too. There's a few different Cates around, but this guy was around a while ago. Anyways, so they had to go. General Cates said, "You either come with me or you better hide, because we're gonna kill you. If you didn't go, they'll kill you. You're dead." Yeah, because then they feel they can't trust you. But listen to this though. This is interesting. Okay, so all the men had gone to fight with General Cates, or they had to hide. They were all waiting for news, hoping those who had gotten hurt come home. They were praying that their wounds heal, that they were able to sleep through the night, and that they didn't miss too many meals. They did not even care who won. All they cared about was they had crops to sell and that they had enough sun. Not that they didn't care who won. Like, I don't even care, you know, just have my man come home, you know. Let him come home alive, you know, in one piece, you know what I'm saying? Because they were farming, you know. And building houses, cutting. You want to build a house? But you better start cutting down some damn trees. But we did have a mill there. That's probably why they got the materials from the lake, because there was a mill there, and there was a creek or spillway. They used to go to Obion, and if you go over there right now in Sandburg, the old lorries are still there. Still there from these days, from those days. They're all in the woods, rotten and shit, covered in brush, but they still there. Yeah. I found a lot of treasure over there, but I couldn't get at it. Then the lake, if you want to get it, you have to, the ropes tied to the roots of the cypress tree, and the cypress tree grew over it, so it's not a rope, what I'm talking about. It's a stainless steel cable that's tied to the roots of the cypress tree that has long grown over it. So it's just going directly right into the tree. And it's still in pristine condition, not one speck of rust on it. And that stainless steel cable, been there a long time, like at least 100 years. Not one speck of rust. So whoever made that cable knew what the hell they were doing. It's over there right next to the restaurant, Sandburg. Right next to the little dock, look down. You'll see the cable coming out of the tree. Can't miss it. Unless it's really high, the lake. If it's really high, maybe. Hard to see, but yeah. So they didn't even care who won. They just wanted their loved ones home, one piece. Like, they didn't care. Like, it's not that they didn't care about their loved ones. They cared about loved ones. They just didn't. They just all wanted it over, like, because these people are settling. These people are trying to build houses, build churches, open a store. They want to open a store, they said. So they opened a store, This could have been the people that established the fish market, that's been torn down. That was there when I was there. Because that fish market must have been there a long time. And it must have been during the days when that lake was deeper. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of, that is a nice thing for a tourist. Somebody's renting a bungalow and they got cooking, they can cook in there, and it might come with, they got little bungalows over there, might even come with some frying pans or something. And they want to go fishing because they got plenty of boats down there to rent. It's a big fishing spot. And maybe people want to go out catch some fish, but they don't want to clean them, but they want to eat them. So they probably just brought them over to the fish market. Can you clean these for me? And people would clean them for 50 cents, $1, whatever. And that would be a draw, because if I was in charge of Sandburg, I would say, well, people are going to want to fish, and not everyone wants to throw the fish back. Some people want to eat it, but a lot of people don't want to clean it, especially if they're on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to smell that fishy smell. My mom used to make good fish, but she would freak out after because it smells like fish. It doesn't smell that bad, But anyways, so what else is going on? Well, I'm just waiting for my Social Security card. Then I get my apartment. Everything I need is Social Security card. Then I go right down there and she give me an apartment. I already pull out paperwork, everything. Then I won't have to pay out all this money. I won't have to ask my mother for any more money. You know. I'll be able to survive. You know. I'll be able to survive. Because it's only 30% income. And that's how it wasn't tipped and billed. Not in Union City. I paid full price there. But it was reasonable. It wasn't too much. I'll never forget that day I walked 18 miles to South Fulton Amtrak station. 18 miles. Man, 18 miles. That was a long walk. Probably lost a few pounds there. Hi, shout out to everybody. Hi, Selena, Jessica, Elwood, everybody, Kardashians, Jenners. Hi, Kylie. Hi, Miley. And Carly Claus and Swifty and everybody. Ariana, hi, Ariana. Demi, hi, Demi. And anybody won't look at me, man. I don't even get drunk or nothing. It's just beer and stuff. I really enjoy the taste of Heineken. I think it tastes pretty damn good. It tastes like, Heineken tastes a lot like Sam Adams to me. But anyways, I don't need alcohol. I could take it or leave it. I mean, everybody knows when I just went like 2 months, I didn't even have a drink or something. Well, I got 1 day fasting under my belt. I didn't eat anything yesterday, so today's second day, not gonna eat anything. I'm not hungry or nothing. I got shakes. I got some milk and protein shake. Got the organic protein, plant-based protein. Yeah, got that. It's on sale at Walgreens for $20. And I think it's a good product. I mean, you're gonna buy some little shakes, you know, for $8, $9, whatever. Man, I suck them things down one night, man. 1 day. You know what it is? It's just the hunger. It's like, well, maybe not just hunger. I love to eat too, but hunger is kind of a funny thing because when you're hungry, when I'm hungry, I feel like I could eat a horse, you know. And then once I get rid of that hunger, it's like a big, you know, load's lifted off you. You're like, oh, I'm not hungry anymore, oh God. You know. But the thing about it is the shakes are just a stepping stone to fasting, you know, for me. Because once your stomach shrinks to a certain point, you barely get hungry at all. I mean, after 3 weeks of not eating anything, I had no problem. I smell food, walk McDonald's anywhere, and not have I had no desire to eat nothing. I didn't want nothing. I'd be like, here, eat, no. soulmate convinced me to eat because I was working on my house. And she said, you don't eat something, you're going to have a stroke. And I was working hard. I started eating, I haven't been able to stop since. And that was like 2 years ago. Not even. Only a year ago or something. I guess I never told you this story. To this day, I don't know what it was. Some military people will probably hear this. And military people, listen to what I'm going to tell you. I don't know what this is. Okay? And I believe I was eating at this time. So I wasn't in the spirit world. I wasn't, once you start eating, you come back to zombie vision, So I was looking for firewood. And those tamarind trees are real creepy. I mean, if you ever put tamarind trees in a wood stove and watch and see what happens, I mean, that's some strange shit. But, I mean, it's so strange that I wouldn't even dare repeat it. Well, I told you guys about the fucking, about the gold. If you take a branch of one of the tamarind, right? Well, there's a couple of them. One of them. And you have to have a certain portion of the stick, the limb. You can't have this much portion. You have to have a certain portion of the limb. Like 3 little segments, whatever, have to be present. Otherwise, it doesn't work right. Okay, so I'm watching, I'm like, my stove looks like it's filled with gold. I'm like, because it was. But what happens is, the gold that leaks out of the tree, if you don't catch it in a crucible and it goes into the ashes, it just totally evaporates. It's gone. The only thing that's left is the rubies that are in the trees. Trees have rubies in them.